Like old times at Villa Park, over 30,000 there, but they saw the home side get off to a dreadful start, just a couple of minutes gone, and the normally reliable keeper Nigel Spink won't be too happy with his punch there. Alan Smith first to the ball, his 16th goal of the season. And Nigel Spink at fault here again, I'm afraid, but David Rocastle, what skill from outside the penalty area. Well, Arsenal, 26 away goals, 10 more than anybody else. Their 7th away win, this, sealed by the substitute Perry Groves with just a couple of minutes to go. And don't forget, it's Arsenal Spurs, live at 5 tomorrow.
The trouble with Kevin Sheedy is that a broken fingernail will probably put him out of action. Up until recently, he stubbornly refused to play on the left side of midfield. But when he does, right-footed too. Everton had already beaten Coventry at Highfield Road this season, minus Sheedy, and only for a moment or two did their unbeaten league run look vulnerable. That's when Gary Bannister scored for the second week running. Well, just about Gary Bannister. The trouble with Everton, and this is the cold, hard truth of the matter, they're nowhere near as good without Sheedy. The trouble with Sheedy, he might not be around to do it next week. A worthy contender in the New Year's honours list would have been Paul Bracewell. Only Bracewell refused to accept his career was over 2 years ago. His first goal for 3 years there, suggesting 1989 could see him back in pristine condition.
Not a great day for keepers in the Midlands. The great Peter Shilton at fault, 13 minutes to go. Teddy Sheringham's header. Peter Shilton couldn't make up his mind whether to catch it or scoop it up. It keeps Millwall in the top 3.
Wimbledon might have gone bottom a few weeks ago. Since then, they've won 4 out of 5. Now, there's obviously more to Vinnie Jones than meets the eye. Luton had gone 7 games without defeat, but they were never in this. Terry Gibson, 7th in 13 games. A real poacher's goal, that one. Well, 2 second-half headers earned Wimbledon their biggest win of the season. John Scales made it 3-0 a minute after half-time, doubling their total from the previous 5 games. And shortly before the end, John Fashion, who got his first goal for 6 weeks. Another expertly placed header, this. In fact, one for the coaching videos. Wimbledon 4, Luton 0.
Nottingham Forest were well beaten here at Old Trafford last week. They finished the game at Hillsborough before half-time. 2 in 2 minutes, midway through the first half. That's Tommy Gaynor with the first. Neil Webb was quite brilliant. He ran the game from midfield and also got forward on the end of that cross from Gary Parker. That's his 100th league goal. The danger signs are really out for Sheffield Wednesday. They haven't won at home for 3 months. They lacked a bit of spirit as well, by all accounts. Steve Hodge getting forward, and a fine finish from the England international.
Never a dull moment down at the Dell these days. 1 win in 7 for Queen's Park Rangers must have had their rookie manager Trevor Francis thinking of how to avoid probing questions connected with relegation. And Martin Allen's tremendous second-half goal there had Trev puffing more easily. Now, Matthew Letizier's equaliser for Saints coming up, his 11th of the season. Southampton's 19th home league goal. No other team in the First Division can better that. Now, the character QPR showed from here on in will have pleased the manager no end. Former Blackburn midfielder Simon Barker on as a substitute put the Rangers back in front. Barker has been out for most of the season following his £250,000 move. Now, that's the way it stayed until 2 minutes from the end, when Mark Falco took over to make a mockery of QPR's poor goals tally in recent weeks. Another terrific volley. In fact, up to yesterday, only Falco and Francis had scored for them over a 10-game stretch. So, Falco wrapping it up with a late 2-goal flurry for Trevor Francis' first win as a manager.
Spurs are keen to prove they're not a one-man team. Without Paul Gascoigne, the other Pauls, Allen, Stewart and Walsh, set them on their way. That's Walsh's first for 3 months. Now, Besant had a brilliant game, the Newcastle goal. No chance for him from this deflected free kick from Waddle.